So let's stop right there because this is lesson 1. And the lesson is when people suffer something in their lives, does it always trace back to sin? So I know ultimately everything that's tragic in the world ultimately is traced back to the fall of Adam and Eve and the fall of Satan. But the Jews are really big on always trying to figure out why bad things happen to people. And they like to figure out, was it the parents who sinned, or was it the sin of the person himself? So this guy's blind, and they're like, sometimes people are born blind because the mother, during her pregnancy, does illegal drugs, and one of the effects of that is you can give birth to a child that's blind. So that would be the sins of the parents. So the Jews believe that a baby in the womb has a sinful nature and can sin in the womb. And so the consequences of a baby sinning in the womb can cause some issue. So here are the verses, Psalm 58:3. Even from birth, this is King David, the wicked go astray. From the womb, they are wayward, spreading lies. Psalm 51:5, surely I was sinful at birth, sinful from the time my mother conceived me. So, and this is a whole theological, it's very interesting. There are some people who say, oh, I don't know if I believe in a sinful nature. I think we all have a sinful nature. But if we don't have a sinful nature, then that would mean there's got to be some kids that are born that never do wrong, that never lie, that never steal or always obey their parents. Have any of you ever given birth to a child like that? Does anyone know any child that is like perfect? They have no sinful nature. Yeah, it doesn't exist. So, and it's interesting. So anyway, Jesus is like, you know what? This isn't, I know you're trying to point fingers. This isn't really the parents. This is not his own sin. This happened so that God can do a miracle in this person's life. There are people who are born handicapped. We all have weaknesses, and we wonder, why God? Why was I born this way? Why do I have this weakness? But ultimately, God uses that in our weakness. His strength is manifested, and it is amazing what God does with people that you would think are so handicapped, and God just moves and blesses upon them. So, let's read on, because I'm going to come now to lesson number 2. So, and I guess on lesson number 1, one more point I was thinking about. Sometimes Christians, we get too focused on why is this person experiencing issues in their life, trying to kind of research their sin or whatever, when I think sometimes Jesus is more focused on not their past, but I want to minister and heal them today and care for them today, and not constantly be trying to point fingers of the stupid mistakes they made in the past. He's like a God that is ministering today to set people free.